Welcome back to the AC Pulse, the podcast pulling receipts, dismantling power, and calling BS where others play nice. And today, we're pulling back the curtain all the way. Not on people, on patterns, on the language, on the lies. Because if you've ever been told to, just apply. Keep trying, or network better. This one's for you. They said they wanted equity, but what they gave us was paperwork. They promised opportunity, but what they delivered was a maze with moving walls. It's not support. That is control. And we're here to name it for what it is. Gatekeeping, disguised as funding. Welcome back to the AC Pulse, where today we're not naming names, at least not specific people, but the game they're playing. Because in the arts and nonprofit world, one and the same, there's a phrase they love to throw around. We want to support artists. We want to uplift the community. We believe in diversity and equitable funding. But when you pull that same curtain back, you realize it's not support, it's not uplift, it's not equity. That is pure gatekeeping. And they've disguised it as an opportunity. Let me tell you how it sounds. We encourage you to apply. We'd love to see your proposal. This year, we had a record number of applications. Unfortunately, you weren't selected. Feel free to apply next year. That is not generosity. That is bureaucracy. That is extraction. That is a system designed to keep artists begging, applying, chasing, hoping, while they hold all the keys. They need you to think there's a chance. Get you on that hook. That's how they keep you in the game. Because it's not about access. It's about control. The hoops they make you jump through. Let's talk about how they do it. Unclear application processes. They won't tell you the real criteria until you're already denied. Endless paperwork and reporting. They make you prove over and over and over and over that you're worthy of funding, while never being held accountable themselves. Favoritism and gatekeeper relationships, they say it's equitable, but it's the same people, same circles, same orgs, same organizations getting funded every single round of funding. and some funding you never even hear of. Speaking of moving the goalposts, they tell you to apply, then reject you because you should have talked to us first. Even though that's not listed anywhere on their website, in their criteria, or the qualifications to apply. They make you do their job while dangling the carrot. And when you don't get the carrot, they tell you, try harder next time. A year, 6 months from now. Because again, you can't apply more than once a year. Because they have to make it fair. Are you an underpaid, overqualified artist with a wild dream of survival? Introducing the annual Gaslight Grant trademark. Here's how it works. 1. Spend 27 hours filling out forms about your trauma. 2. Write a proposal that sounds innovative but not too innovative. 3. Upload 5 years of tax returns, even though you know we're only giving you $1,000. 4. Be sure to thank us profusely in your Instagram caption. This year's theme, resilience, trademark, because we love the art you make while suffering. And remember, if you don't get selected, it's not us, it's you. The annual Gaslight Grant trademark. Keeping artists humble since forever. Paid for by the Committee for Conditional Support and Performative Equity. You know who you are. And now back to the show. Why they keep you hungry. Why do they do this? Because a hungry artist is a compliant artist. A desperate artist is easy to, you guessed it, control. An artist chasing validation is not going to question the system. They want you to be so focused on survival that you can't dream bigger, that you can't build outside their walls. They need you dependent, because the moment you realize you don't need them, the entire construct collapses. Opting out, what do? We stop playing their game. We stop accepting crumbs disguised as opportunities. We stop jumping through their hoops, and we build outside of them. We fund each other. We create our own economies. We make them irrelevant. And when they finally come back around and ask how they can support, we tell them, you can't. We are already doing it without you. Gatekeeping disguised as funding is how they've kept us starving. But the truth is, we've always been the source. We've always been the power. We've always been the art, and we're done begging for what's already ours. Gatekeeping in the arts isn't always loud. Sometimes it shows up in application portals, in vague feedback, in selective support. But we're not fooled anymore. We are the art. We are the audience. We are the economy. And we've stopped asking for permission. This has been the AC Pulse, where we don't knock on closed doors. We build our own house. See you at the table we made. You've been listening to the AC Pulse. Stay building, stay honest, and stay unbothered by their gates, because we're not waiting to be let in. Like what you heard? Don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Your group chat, your fellow artist, that friend who's this close to snapping at a funder. Tag us when you do and let them know the AC Pulse is beating and it's exposing everything they didn't want us to say. Rate it, comment, review it, repost it, and don't forget to join us on Patreon. If you believe in the work we're doing, shining a light, asking the hard questions, and keeping it unapologetically real, help fuel the movement. Join us on Patreon at patreon.com/the AC Pulse. Your support keeps this mic hot and the stories coming and the truth loud. Tap in, be part of the pulse.